Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Beth, here to help you fulfill your potential in meditation. As most of you know, I don't have just one method that I teach to everybody, like one size fits all. Instead, I much prefer to teach people one-on-one. And the reason is that you're all different. So please use these videos as a guideline. And if there's anything that isn't quite working for you or anything that doesn't quite fit, then be in touch and I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you one-on-one. Today's video is about the 5 hindrances. These are 5 forces of mind that have been plaguing meditators since time immemorial. 5 forces of mind that obstruct our progress in meditation. So it's really important that we get to know these 5 hindrances, learn to recognize them quickly and overcome them quickly. In fact, I'd say that working with the 5 hindrances, learning to overcome the 5 hindrances, forms the bulk of our work as meditators when we're in the beginning stages. So, what are these 5 hindrances? Well, the first hindrance is what we call sense craving. This is any kind of wanting in relation to the 5 senses. So, any kind of wanting to experience something through the body. It might be wanting to go and eat that chocolate cake when you're meditating, wanting to go and have a cup of tea, wanting to get up and have a walk, wanting to speak to a friend, and it can also be the memory of sense experiences. So remembering music that we've heard, or movies that we've watched, or great conversations that we've had, anything that we've experienced through the body and the craving related to that. The second hindrance is aversion. This is the not liking hindrance. It's got lots of different manifestations, so it could manifest as anger, sadness, fear, irritation, boredom, but all of these different states have got this same aversive root. The third hindrance, actually my favourite hindrance, is the hindrance they sometimes translate as sloth and torpor, which sounds kind of archaic. It's actually the sleepiness that arises in our meditation and the disengagement. So this could manifest, for example, as nodding in our meditation, falling asleep in our meditation, or it could manifest as like a haziness in our meditation. The fourth hindrance is restlessness. In its most coarse form, this is when we can't even keep our bodies still enough to sit. And at a more subtle level, it's the mind that won't stay still. The mind that wants to jump around, giving its attention to this and that and this and that, won't settle down on just one object of focus. And the fifth hindrance is doubt. Doubt can manifest as wondering why we're bothering to do the practice. Is it any good anyway? What are the benefits really? Who was the Buddha anyway? So doubt undermines our confidence in the practice. It undermines our faith. So the first thing to say about the 5 hindrances is that we don't need to go and hunt for them in our practice. They're going to be with us for a long time. So if we go and hunt for them, surely we will find them. Until we reach deep states of samadhi, the jhanas, the 5 hindrances are going to be there. And for the most part, we can just ignore them. As we continue with our meditation, as we focus on our meditation object, the 5 hindrances are automatically becoming weaker. The time when we do want to give our attention to the 5 hindrances is when we disengage from our meditation object, when we've lost our meditation object, when we feel like we don't want to continue with the meditation or we can't for some reason. At that time, we can bring in our investigation and ask ourselves, okay, which of the 5 hindrances are there? Sometimes, if we're not lucky, all of them are there. They all come at once to attack us. And sometimes there will be one that is clearly predominant. Once we've found the hindrance or the hindrances that are at work in us, the first thing we want to do is not take it personally. We don't want to think that we're doing something wrong. We need to understand, as I said, these are timeless forces of mind that come to visit every meditator from time to time. And then the next step, the really fundamental step, is that we accept that hindrance. Sense craving, you're here, you come to visit me, welcome. Aversion, it's you again, you've come to visit my meditation, welcome. Oh, sleepiness, friend. You've come to say hello, welcome. The same for restlessness and the same for doubt. Sometimes just recognizing the hindrance and bringing our acceptance to it will be enough that the hindrance subsides and we can re-engage with our meditation practice. But sometimes that won't be quite enough. Sometimes we also need to invite in our wisdom. I have made some other videos on different tricks and tips that you can use to overcome the 5 hindrances when they're really strong. But before you watch those, what I would suggest is that you get off of the screens, get onto the meditation cushions, start meditating, and become familiar with how the 5 hindrances are manifesting in your own practice. If just accepting the hindrance isn't enough, bring in your wisdom at that time and see what tips and tricks your own wisdom comes up with for overcoming the hindrances. This is where we really learn and grow as meditators. So that's what I would suggest you to do. Get off of the screens, get onto the cushions and get learning. If there's anything that you're struggling with, anything that you want to discuss, then contact me and I'll be happy to talk through those things with you. As most of you know, I do all of my work on a donation basis, so I encourage you to support me either through Patreon or through my website. You can find out about how to do that just underneath this video. Thank you so much for your support. Wishing you the best with your meditation.